So we're live. Hope everybody's having a good day. Let me just get this all focused in, set up. Okay, well, we're going to call this 80 of the day. I was going to say Country Cycle Cam. Country Cycle Cam, how you doing? 80 of the day, Jeff here, Commit Don't Quit. Today we are calling it the same thing we did this morning, Thursday's Journey, Part 2. As you know, I always just go live at 2 p.m. But probably this weekend, next week. I hope not into the following week. Just hopefully into next week, and then just at that point it'll be back to just 2 p.m. every day. 2 p.m. every day, Monday to Friday. But we've been doing some extra ones here and there. Well, actually, lately we've been doing an extra one every day. So that's have one more, probably 2 tomorrow again. Probably 2 each day next week, and then the following week back to normal. True North Angler, Adrian. Hi, how are you? Hi, Jeff. Just came to say hi. Oh, I realize you can't stay long. You're probably getting either at work or getting ready for work. But thanks very much. I realize Country Cycle Cam could be at work too, so I do appreciate it, fellas. Desmond Saunders, David. How are you, Dave? It's good to see you. Nice to see you. Give me a second. I'm drinking something I'm not supposed to. I'm gonna have a pop. I had lunch. Oh yeah. Last night, oh my gosh, it was delicious. Jill made stir fry. She made chicken stir fry. She made rice, and it's hilarious. Usually we have, for the last 12 years, Joe doesn't actually make rice. She has this machine. It's like rice cooker. I'm sure everybody's heard of rice cookers. First I thought, that's lazy man's version of making rice. But you know what? For the last 12 years, it's been my best companion. Even I can make rice without making it sticky or whatever. I throw it in the, a couple cups of rice, so much water, put it in. 15-20 minutes later, I had all the rice we needed. Even I could make stir fry, but not like my wife. She made the best stir fry last night, and I said, it's got a little bit of spice to it. She goes, I put Montreal steak spice. I said, what? Anyway, she says, I put too much. I said, you didn't put too much. I'm not usually one to add things. I'm a pretty bland person, I guess. It's just the way we grew up. None of the family members threw anything in it. But anyways, my wife cooks like a dream. And last night, oh my gosh, the best stir fry I've had in years. So anyways, we had some for lunch, and I've been just intake of water. That's it. But I'm having my first pop in a long time. Anyways, let me see. True North Angler, beautiful day outside now, Jeff. All the freezing. After all that freezing rain, oh my gosh, yes. I was out. I took the dog out for a bit. Beautiful. I shouldn't be in here. I have to keep going with this live and stuff like that. But after this, I'll get out for a bit. But yeah, I was out earlier this morning with the dog, and absolutely beautiful. Couldn't ask for a nicer day. And when I first started the live this morning, it was a little gray out, so I put this, put the picture up like this. You always see the kitchen in that, but the background, and I've got some different images. In this one, I kind of liked it. Kind of made me feel warm and like I was outside, so that's the reason for the picture. But yeah, no, it's a beautiful day, Adrian. Beautiful. Drew's Food Reviews. Hello, Jeff, for the day. How's it going? Good, Drew. How you doing? Good to see you. It's Thursday, right? We couldn't ask for anything better. One more day, and it's literally like, it's the weekend. I can't wait. And I'm excited because Friday's my daughter is with us. She lives with her mom from Sunday nights till Friday, and then Friday after school I go pick her up, then pick my wife up, and she spends the weekend with us. She's with us Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Perfect. I feel complete when she's with us. Not that I don't the rest of the week. I talk to her every day, but this is the best time when she's with us. So I'll be feeling about like $1 million tomorrow. E-Waste Mike, hey, how are you? Hi, Jeff. It's Michael Murphy. I changed my channel name. Did you really? Oh my God, Michael, I like that. I think, not that I didn't like Michael Murphy, but that's amazing. That I love. I can't wait for Joe to see it. Hey, Michael, do you like to be called Mike or Michael? And don't take it I always see it as Michael Murphy. Like I keep calling you Michael, but I see it says E-Waste Mike. But whatever you prefer, I can keep calling you Mike or Michael or Mike, whatever you prefer, but I love that. Everybody check that out, E-Waste Mike. I do love that. I can't wait to take a look at like the avatar. I can see it on the chat, but I'm gonna look at it more after. Michael, view this. Hey, Tony, how are you, buddy? It's good to see you. I realize you might be busy or at work and stuff or in the car, but anyways, I appreciate you for coming. Hope you're having a good one. You know what? Finally, some nice weather, some kind of like spring weather. Hey, Dromar family, Maria or George, whichever one, or if it's both, great to see you. And I know it's about 11 o'clock in the morning. It's good to see you. Thanks very much for coming. I do appreciate it. Hi, E-Wasted Michael Murphy. I love it. Gary Scandal. Hi, Jeff. Well, I was right. Shoveled snow yesterday. Today it's 51. Exactly, Gary. It's beautiful out, isn't it? I so can't wait for spring. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Gemma, how are you, Gemma? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good one. I don't know. How's the weather over in the UK? I imagine it's just after 7 o'clock, but hopefully it's still nice. They were, Desmond Donders and Rachel Rawson, they were saying how beautiful it was earlier, so I imagine it must be still pretty nice there even into the evening. It's good to see you, Gemma. Thanks very much for dropping in. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good one. It don't matter. Okay, well, I'll keep calling you Michael, but if you like Mike, you know, my name's technically Jeff. Well, my first name's something else. The only person who probably knows that in the chat right now is David from Desmond Donders. But we'll go with Jeff. I don't like the name Jeffrey. I've always just called... the only people that called me Jeffrey was my grandparents and my mom when she was mad when I was a kid. So I've always gone by Jeff. I don't like Jeffrey. So I'll keep calling you Michael or Mike, whichever one you want, buddy. Viewed this. Doing well. Thanks, man. Yes, working. I thought so. But yeah, it's good to have you here. Hope your day's not too long for you. Because I know those feelings. Waiting for the bell to ring, pretty much almost sometimes feels like school, doesn't it? It's like, when is this darn day going to be over? But yeah, I hope everybody's having a good one. You can still call me Michael Murphy, laugh a lot. Okay, sounds good, Michael. I'll call you Michael then. Or Michael Murphy. Yeah, I'll call you Michael, buddy. Jimmy C and friends. Hey, buddy, how are you? It's good to see you. Good to see you. You know what? Last night, when I came on the live there with you for a few minutes, I was watching, my wife was cooking dinner, and you know, and I saw that you were getting dinner and stuff, and then you said, I'll wait for a bit. It's funny, my wife said about 10 minutes later, she says, let's go, come on, I've got supper ready. She made stir-fried too. She made some rice and chicken stuff, but I was just talking about it about 5 minutes ago. I was saying, I was so hungry last night, it felt like it was an eternity to wait for dinner, and then she made something, and she says, it was just rice and chicken. I said, I don't care. Felt like it was escargot, or not that I eat escargot, but felt like it was lobster or something like extravagant. I like that word, extravagant. Anyways, oh man, it was so good last night. Dave from Desmond's Donders, 12 degrees Celsius, partly cloudy, northeast Scotland. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. He wastes Mike. You know what? I can't wait for everybody else to see that, Michael. They're gonna love it. Joe's gonna absolutely love that. That's an awesome. Did you set it up yourself? I love it. It's amazing looking. Jimmy C and friends, I hear that. Nobody calls me James, but Mama and the police. Oh gosh, actually, you know what? I'm truly my middle name's Jeff. Like I said, Desmond's Donders knows what my first name is. My first name was named after my dad, but I'd never been called that in my life unless by law or something. When I go to the doctor, they have to read your first name and stuff, or when you go get a prescription, they have to actually read what it is for the insurance. But beyond that, I'm just Jeff. Let's see here. Mud is a good name too. Yeah, I feel like that sometimes, Michael. I feel like that. I love it. Gear Scandal. Mom's always used your first and middle name when they were at us. Laugh a lot. Oh my gosh, Gary, exactly when they're mad at us. You've got it. I still remember. I had two grandparents, my mom's and my dad's. Now my dad's, I was close to them. We lived in Toronto. They lived pretty much just around the corner from us, and they pretty much brought us up. My dad's parents were from Ireland, so they were at the house from 7 o'clock in the morning when my parents went to work, and my parents would get home, 5:30 at night or whatever, or 6 o'clock at night, and my grandmother made dinner, and she was there. She helped my mom. She'd do the laundry. She did the housekeeping, all that kind of stuff, and then she'd help do the dishes. And grandparents were always there. But where was I going with that story? She'd always called me Jeffrey, little Jeffrey, and my other grandmother, she lived on a farm, my mom's mother, and we didn't see her much, so I wasn't as close to her. But she, when she got mad, she would scream from one end of the farm to the other, and I could hear her, like if we were out in the barns doing whatever we were doing, up in the rafters, and we could hear my grandmother screaming my name. It's always my name. But yeah, I do remember those days. That's years ago. That's like 40 years ago now. Belker TV, hey, Belker TV, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome. Nice to have everybody here. It really is. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday. You know what? Couldn't be any better. Look, it's 10 minutes in. It's flown by. It was on here for a little over an hour earlier. just before lunch and had a good time. Everybody was on, and had a great time. But as you can see, I've been doing part twos, so I've been doing 2 lives a day, and that probably into the next week. Then after that, I think we should be good, and I'll just go back to 1. But once in a while, I kind of like the second live in that because you get to talk to people that you don't always see, so it's kind of nice. I'm kind of enjoying it. I really am. The only thing I wish that I could bring people up. I have never got used to Google Hangouts. Once I can get maybe next week or something, I might. I don't know if anybody would be interested. I might see about looking into Google Hangouts again. I did it back in October, November for a while, and then I shut it down, and I started into other programs and that. But I never brought Google Hangouts in. I only had I had one person ever. I think it was Bob from Gill Skills. We had a good time, but I'm not if I get a group of people, I'm like the kid in the corner. Then I shut my trap and I wouldn't say anything. So, but I'd like to try because it's nice talking to everybody. But it's so weird because it's the quietest thing ever. Sometimes, and like right now, I'm flying like a mile a minute, so I don't notice. But you get the days where all of a sudden it comes to the end. It's like, okay, I'm down to the end of chat. What do I talk about? And Bob and I were always joking around here on the chat. Would always say pizza, pizza. That was our code for help me out, give me some information to say something on here. But I think Google Hangouts would be kind of fun. I think I see them. I've been on them in that before, but I kind of wouldn't mind trying it out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna maybe look into that for next week. Let's see here. Michelle Varico. Hey, Michelle, how are you? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good one. Washington County News Station / Utah. How are you? It's good to see you. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day. I hope you are having a good day. I'm probably a little bit behind in the chat. Electronic students, how are you? It's nice to see you. Welcome. I hope you're having a great day. Happy Thursday, right? Happy Thursday. Hey, look we're out in the ocean here. If I took the picture, if I took the image of us in the kitchen, you'd actually see a fella surfing behind this image. There's an image that I found. I thought I loved this guy surfing. I'd love it actually to be a live video or something like that, and I could green screen this, take myself out, and I'd be floating in the ocean or something. But I always thought if that was the case, it'd be fun to have like a video with a shark or something coming at you or something. Either that or have a video of like jumping out of an airplane. Mickey XOXO's always made jokes about that. She said, Jeff, you should get a video of something like jumping out of an airplane or like a mountain, climbing up a mountain or something. Oh gosh, how about you, friend? Good, electronic students. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. Student BD, Countryside Camp. Thanks. Unfortunately, I missed stuff, so I apologize, but I appreciate assistance in that. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, doing good. Let me see here. E-Waste Mike, you can change it in your channel settings. You can change it every 90 days if you want. Oh, yes, I know. And like I said, we got Idiot of the Day and the live, call it Commit, Don't Quit. No, I want to keep it as Idiot of the Day. I don't want to change this. It's been since day one. I like the name. A lot of people seem to enjoy it. I'm not making fun of hurting a single soul. If it did, I explain what it was for, why we called it that, because I don't want anybody ever to be, we all run into goofy people each day, but that's pretty much what it is. It's not talking about anybody here, just talking about all the fun stuff that we see out there in life. So it's kind of like a play on the words there. But if they came and said, hey, or they're not going to say Jeff, but if they came to the channel or sent me a message and said, hey, you can no longer use this or you can't do this, I'd be fine. We change in a second, and I think we change it to like Commit, Don't Quit or something like that. But if we don't have to, we won't. I do prefer the Idiot of the Day. I think it's a lot of people have a good laugh over in that, so we'll see what happens. Only let's see. Gear Scandal, I gotta take my work for the day. Take care, Jeff, and everybody. Have a God bless you too, Gary. Thanks again for coming. I appreciate it. Hope you have a good one. It's a beautiful day, so you know what? At some point, I'm gonna get back out. I'm gonna probably take the dog out for a walk or something. My wife wouldn't believe it even if I told her. So, but yeah, I think we're gonna get out at some point. Probably I have to pick up my wife in a few hours, anyways. But definitely want to get out. It's terribly hot in this place today. Jimmy C. and Friend says, I love having someone with me to keep it rolling. So do I, Jimmy. So do I. Now, you know what? I love this. If I could have my wife with me every day, I would. I mean, fortunately she can't come on. She's at work and that. But I mean, I call her my partner in crime. She's my better half, and that she's more than my better half, but she's better 99% of me. But we go Sunday night. We have we're just a live night. We call it Jeff and JoJo, just because my wife comes on and she has a great time. It's funny. Sunday afternoon, she'd be like, I don't know if I want to do this. And then about 5 minutes into usually about 30 seconds in, when she starts talking to everybody, by the end she goes, I don't know what I was thinking. And she says that every time. She can't wait to talk to everybody. And she says, I wish I could do this every day. But just like, with, your husbands or wives or boyfriends, girlfriends, if they're working or if they're busy with the family and whatever they have going on, sometimes during the week or other things, they just got a lot on their plate, so it's too tiring for them. So with her, that's what she finds, and but on the weekend she can relax, and so she loves it. But you're right, Jimmy. It's so great to have somebody with you. It really is, because it sparks it up, and you know what? The flow is good too, and when you have a lot of great people in the chat and you can talk to them like we're talking, and then it's great. But sometimes you have good days and bad days. Not 5 days a week, or you're gonna have a stream where everything just flows. Sometimes you get 5-10 minutes in, it's like, okay, I'm done. So if you hear me say, hey, what's going on? Anybody have anything new going on? Anything going on the channel? It's pretty much, it's like a code, like, hey, help me out, everybody, help me out. But Dromar family, give me a second. Dromar family, just skipped here. Dromar family, if you need help on doing Google Hangouts, post a video on how to use it. A lot of people was asking us to make it because they didn't know how to use it. Oh yeah, Dromar family, I know how to use it. It's been a long time. I guess the reason I haven't used it, when I used it before, it was real tinty, and I'm trying to see what I'd like to use. There's a program through Google called I can't use it on here at all. But what is it? I wish it was accessible for this, because Google Duo. Not Google. What is it? Something through Samsung or something like that. It's called Duo, and that program, if I could use that, that's what I use. It's the best chat program ever. I like Google Hangouts, but the image of Google Hangouts, the image is okay, but usually gets tinty, and sometimes it could be your internet connection. I find it kind of sporadic. Sometimes you have good Hangouts, sometimes you don't. And but I am going to try it. I'm going to definitely go back and try it, even if it's just like once a week or once every couple of weeks. Here's food reviews. Jeff is surfing. Yes, surfing. Oh gosh, yes. Now, let me see. Poshcats camping back again. Trev here, between cooking dinner. Oh yeah, no problem, Trev. It's good to have you here. Thanks a lot, buddy. As you can see, I'm in rambling on for the last 20 minutes or so. I'm having a good time. Everybody, been charging me up here. I'm no downer here, but just before I went live, I heard kind of sad news. Not that I was a fan of the Monkees when I was a kid, but I mean, I was a kid, and it was probably before I was born. But even in the 70s, we were probably watching Monkees. That was the 70s, right? Unless it was the early that was the 60s, was it? Either that or the beginning of the 70s. But sorry, I'm just opening a pop here. But I read that Peter Tork of the Monkees passed away at age 77. He died of, I think, complications or something for some kind of cancer he'd had for 10 or 12 or 15. I'm not sure of the time frame. I'm not going to try to make it up because I don't know. But he'd been sick or not well for years, and I guess he just succumbed to it, unfortunately. But yeah, I was reading Peter Tork, unfortunately passed away at 77. But like I said, I mean, I realized it was kind of not a rip-off, but a takeoff of the Beatles and stuff like that, and it was a good TV show for them to produce and stuff. But I mean, I watched it as a kid, so, but it's too bad. I mean, definitely too bad. Sorry to hear the news in that. Jimmy sees, be right back. Okay, Jimmy, sounds good, buddy. Sounds good. Dumpster's Dad, Paranormal Homestead. Hey, all. It's good to have you here. Thanks very much, buddy. I appreciate you dropping in. I'm Jeff. Hope you're doing well. I have a good group of people in here today. Thanks very much. Let me see here. Oh, I went a little too far. Sorry about that, everybody. Sorry, everybody. I have the chat. What I need to do is bring the chat up with... let me see if I can do that. Maybe I can. Let me try it. I'm going to try to do it while I'm... Let's see. Yep, I can do that. Let's see. There we are. Perfect. That's better. Let's do that. There we are. We'll leave that right now. I'll change it up another day. I needed to see it. Well, let me change that up. I can read it better from over there, guys. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, there we are. Perfect. I can read that way better. It's not 100% perfect, but I can see the chat better. I was looking at like a Popo chat and it was messing me up royally, everybody. Let me see. Let me get caught up here. Sorry, everybody. Dano's Toolbox. Hey, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm going to get caught up, then I'll read the chat over on the side. I think I'm a little bit behind everybody. Dano's Toolbox. Hello, brothers and sisters. How's things going on today? Good, good, good. Podcast Camping Love when JoJo's on with you and you get a chance to demonstrate your hoodie and dress up, Jeff. Trev. Exactly. That's kind of funny, isn't it? Yeah, no. She got me as her husband model or whatever. That's, yeah, not quite, but yeah, she likes to do that. But yeah, best time, Trev, is when my wife's with me. I imagine you feel the same, but from our family. How are you, Jeff? You okay? Glad you know how to use it. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, Maria or George. I didn't mean it that way. But yeah, I can use it. I haven't used it in a while. That's all I meant. I apologize. I honestly didn't mean to come across in any other way, Maria. Good day, guys. Hey, Comac Strickland. It's good to have you here. Thanks very much for coming. I appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, Desmond Saunders, laugh aloud, Trev. Poshcats, you have not seen Jeff in his dress, have you? No, he has not. He has not seen that, Dave. He's not seen that. You know what? I'm all cut up. Good. So now I don't have to look at that. I had to get caught up because the chat kind of went all over the place. And sorry that I changed it up, added to the screen. I just, you know what? I like it better there. It's in black, and I can read it better. Poshcats camping. I thought you were going to disappear down the plug hole with that backdrop, Jeff. Yeah, Trev. Yeah, I just added. You know, you can on this OBS program. I can take the chat from the other scenes and add it to this, and it doesn't look quite like the other chat does. But let me see if I can maybe see. There, that looks a little better. There it is. It's a little fuller now, so it doesn't cut out everything, but. Actually, I kind of like that better. That looks better. I can see the chat too. It's bigger. Before it was too small for me to read. Good old eyes here. But let's see here. Oh yeah, Country Cycle can, buddy. Sound of a can cracking one open makes me want one. I'd rather it be beer, but I can't have beer in the week. Country Cycle can. I try not to drink much on Friday, Saturday. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a few and. Just to kind of take the chill off things, but just on the weekends, my wife doesn't drink, so she's not a fan of me. And I mean, I've got the kids at home. I don't need it during the week anyways, but I still like a couple on the weekend just to relax. Poshcats camping. It must be time to tease Jeff tonight. Oh yeah, Trev, that's okay. But yeah, you missed it. I forget how long ago. It was a couple months ago now, Trev. We made one, and I think it was the first time Joe ever came on. So if you can ever find, I'll have to find which one it is. But it's a few months back, and the first time Joe ever came on with me, she's sitting there, and I said, just wait a second, I'll have to go downstairs. When we first got married years ago, after we got married, the young girls that she worked with did this thing. Faith and Fallen, how you doing? Excuse me, I'm slurring my words today. It sounds like I'm drinking. It's good to see you, Faith and Fallen. Thanks very much for coming. So, the young girls that she worked with, is a popular thing back then. They did this thing called Trash the Dress. I never heard of it. When she told me, I thought, it costs way too much money for the wedding dress. You're not going to do that. So anyways, we on the weekends would always in the summer go camping. Love to get away. So we're out at the lake where we camp, or where we camp. We don't camp out there anymore for the last 2 years, I guess. But anyways, we had a blast doing that. It's just a long story. So anyways, she took the dress one weekend, and we went out and Trash the Dress is exactly what it sounds like. Literally, she gave the kids paint. They had water. They had everything. I wish I could put the video up. Maybe I should see if we do have the video anywhere. But if we do, maybe I'll put it up. It'd actually be kind of fun to watch again. It's literally us, the kids, and everybody throwing paint and everything on her dress. And then at the end, I literally took a hose and hosed her down. Oh, geez. And the fellow that runs one of the guys, the maintenance guys at the campgrounds we go to, it's like an RV thing. he had one of these like golf carts, this like 4x4 golf cart thing. It was huge. Anyways, he took her up the hill on this thing and then paraded her around the campgrounds, in her wedding dress, and she was just soaking wet. Oh gosh, I so wish that I could show that. I'm gonna ask Joe. I think she has it somewhere, and if she does, maybe it would be kind of fun to show everybody. Faith and Fallen, it's so good to see you. Thank you very much for coming. Let's see here. Let's see. I need a sip of this. Dano's Toolbox, living the dream, living a nightmare. You got that right. I agree with you. Love the originals, Faith and Fallen. Yes, exactly. I hope I didn't drop out of... I hope the chat didn't drop out. I hope I have not dropped out. I don't know. Maybe I have. Let me see. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Sorry, everybody. The chat on the screen itself does keep up, but the actual pop-out chat is the one that I need, because it has the original, everything that's actually in there right now. Comac Strickland, just riding the wave with everybody. Oh, yeah, you like the wave. I wish it was a video. This OBS program allows you to put images like I've got, or a video. And we've got a little bit older computer. It's not that old, about 5-6 years old. It's not up to par like maybe some of the newer computers. So any of the video that, like this OBS is great, but it's a kind of a hog resource, so it takes a lot of CPU usage. And if I put the image like this, when I first started OBS, I couldn't figure out how to do it. I kept putting all the scenes into one. So I put like every scene, like the image of the ocean, I'd put them all into this. I put them into the sources. So I'd make one scene up, and I put every image in the source. And you can't do that, not at least on this computer. If you do that, it times everything out pretty much. It freezes everything up. So I couldn't do that. Then I watched, like, I'd been watching Fireman CV set OBS up through him. And then I watched a quick tutorial from Green Bay Wacky. Now once I checked that out, then I figured out I need to make individual scenes. Once I did that, it worked. The only thing is, if I do video, it'll work, but it's very laggy with the video. I just think the computer can't take it. But if you have a more up-to-date computer that can handle it, you could use this and like have live video and stuff, or videotape video or whatever. You'd probably have a video of the ocean and stuff and things going on. I would love that. It's just the computer's not capable to do it. So, well, what you get to see is the image in that. But I think we're gonna order. Keep saying, and every day we're gonna do it every night. Then we don't get to it. But order a green screen or something off Amazon. They're fairly cheap, I think. And then the green screen, I could actually completely removed the kitchen, and you could see me just floating out in the ocean or something like that. But excuse me for that, everybody. Desmond Saunders, put it in Chillin' with Millen throwback Thursday, Jeff. Yes, Chill. Dave, is Chillin' with Millen still on holidays in Ecuador? Is he home yet? And Joe and I had seen some of the lives in that in the morning, early morning, because Joe will put it on usually when she gets up in the morning. I didn't know if he was still gone or if he's home yet. Game with Connor. Hey Connor, how are you? Everybody say hi to Connor. It's our good friend Connor. Connor and his brother and his mom and dad have a great channel. They have a family channel, and Game with Connor is his own channel, and he has a great channel. But Connor's a young teenager, and the gaming channel he has called Gaming with Connor right now, but he does a channel with his parents and his brother, and the channel, it's a great family channel. It's called JCTV, and JCTV stands for Jonah, that's his brother, his older brother, and Connor, and his parents, Susie and Ken, and they're wonderful people. You might have seen Ken before. Ken has a great channel. I mean, he has the family channel with Connor and Jonah and his wife Susie, JCTV, but they also have Ken has his own channel too called Dad's Den Review, or I don't know if it's Dad's Den Review still or it's just Dad's Den now. I think it might be just Dad's Den, but anyways, Dad's Den or Dad's Den Review, great channel. He does like tech reviews, and he does he's been doing a lot of reaction videos lately, and he's been doing a great job. His channel's moved up so quickly in that, but Ken's a super guy. Connor, Jonah, his brother, Connor has the gaming channel, and the brother Jonah loves to sing. I think he's sang with his father. I think they sang some great country songs and stuff. And then Ken's wife Susie. That great, wonderful family in that. And so if you like family channels, you should check out JCTV. But if you're into gaming and you enjoy gaming, please check out Gaming with Connor. Connor, it's great to have you here. Welcome. Desmond Donders, Dave says, yes, he comes back on Sunday. They're going into the deeper jungle for the 2 days birding before home. That's good. David, Mike, chilling with Millen, he was super excited about going on holidays. Not just, he was super excited about the trip and that, but I think Joe said he was so excited because his wife said he could YouTube while he was there. So he's super, super excited about that. Super excited. So I hope everybody's having a good day. Here we go, everybody. Remember I said I get to the point, I go, so I hope everybody's having a good day. Anybody have anything going on the channel? No, I'm just teasing. But I subscribe. Thank you very much, Game with Connor. Connor, it's great to have you here. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. I don't know, it must be, what, about 11:30 in the morning there for you? It's good to have you here. Thank you very much for coming, Connor. We really appreciate it. I think your dad was saying last night, are you going live? Or are you going to be going live, Connor, soon? Or in the... I don't know if it was tonight or in the future. Anyways, but everybody check out Game with Connor. Connor's a nice young teenager, but he has a great channel, Gaming with Connor, everybody. It sounds like my son's here. Ethan, come on down to say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Come here for 2 seconds. So everybody, Gaming with Connor will be going live tonight. Ethan, you know Connor from JCTV?
Yeah.
Yeah, Connor's on the channel, Gaming with Connor. Have you been to Connor's channel?
Yeah.
Okay. Subscribe to it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Connor, our son, he has your channel. Ethan, say what, tell Connor what your channel is. Ethan likes gaming too, Connor. Ethan, tell Connor what your channel name is.
It's Savage Grandpa 16.
What's it called? Come here, Ethan.
I'll put it in the link after.
No, come here. How do you spell that, Ethan? Is that how you spell it? Come here, quick, kiddo. Is that it? Or show me how to spell it, quick. Ethan, Connor, Ethan will type it in real quick, just so if you ever see him when he comes on, you'll know who it is. Is that how, all together? All together?
Yeah.
Okay. So Connor, there's our son. His name, if you ever see him come on your channel, he's Savage Grandpa 16, and his name's Ethan. But he does come on in that. So hear that, Ethan? Connor's going to be going live tonight.
Okay.
And Desmond Donders is saying hi to you.
Hi.
Oh, that's good. Ethan's home. He wasn't feeling the best today. I think he just wanted to be home. But anyways, you'll be going back to school tomorrow. You know that, right? Yeah. Okay. But anyways, he's been taking it easy, taking it a rest a few times today. So as that way, his mother's not upset either. Bull Moose Beer Talks. What's going on, everybody? Nice to have you here. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Great to have you here. Let's see here. Where are we? And as you know, my wife would always say, we're at home. We're at home. So how's everybody doing? Anybody have anything exciting going on? Gaming with Connor will be going live tonight. Everybody, it's wonderful to see you. Thanks very much for coming. I do appreciate it. Judy Turner, good afternoon, Mr. Jeff. Oh my gosh, Mr. Jeff. You know what? I used to have a woman that I worked with used to call me Mr. Jeff. Oh my gosh, I used to get a good laugh from that. Judy, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thanks, Judy. I appreciate it. It's good to see you, Judy. Skills. Hey, Bob, how are you? Booyah. Jeff is live. Bob, I don't know when I'm not live. I seem to have been doing a lot more lives lately. I've been doing 2 lives a day. I said to everybody, I think I should be probably after next week. I'll just go back to my regular schedule. I'm going on in the morning, and then at 2 o'clock. I'm just trying to boost things up, try to get to that. I'm getting closer, Bob. So that's why you're. Yeah, I could be on once in a while. It's good to see you, Bob. Nice to see you. But I was telling everybody, Bob, at the beginning that literally, you know what? I'll get on some streams and it goes quick, and then some days I'll get 5-10 minutes in, and then I'll be going. So how's everybody doing? Anybody have anything new going on with the channel? And I said, you know what? When Bob was on, Bob would always scream out, pizza, pizza, pizza for me. But yeah, it's good to see you, Bob. Nice to see you. Let's see. Bull Moose Beer Talks going on a family cruise in a few days. Oh, wow. Are you headed like to the Caribbean or somewhere Bull Moose Beer Talks. That's amazing. Imagine how. Have you ever been? I've never been on a cruise in my life. My wife would love to go, but we've never been on a cruise. That'll be amazing. I can't wait. Will you make will you do a video, or at least tell everybody what it's like when you get back? That'll be amazing. You should have a great time. You should have a good time. Karen Summers. Hey, Karen, how are you? It's nice to have you here. Welcome. It's good to see you, Karen. Nice to see you. You know what? I've been on a little bit more once in a while this last couple weeks, Karen. But I'm probably about next week. I'll be back to my normal schedule. I won't be. I won't be on. I said everybody won't have to see my goofy face all the time. But yeah, no, it's nice to have you here. Thanks very much for coming over. I appreciate it. Western Caribbean. That's awesome. That'll be nice. So, do you stop at? Do they stop at a bunch of the different islands? I think you know what, we've had friends go on some, and they've said I think some of them have they flew down to Florida, and then I think they fly out of Florida or something. Not fly. They take the ship, the cruise starting out of Florida. But that's awesome. You should have a great time. Oh, that'd be wonderful. I imagine if you're going to a bunch of islands, that'll be amazing. And yeah, I think usually they stop and they let you out or something for, I don't know if it's for the day or what it is, but you'll have a great time, I imagine. Imagine an amazing time. What is it? Bull Moose Beer Talks, Labadee, Haiti, Jamaica, and Cozumel. Oh my gosh, likewise, my friend. Thanks, Bob. Thank you very much. Labadee, Haiti, Jamaica, and Cozumel. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're going to have a good time. You are going to have a good time. Cozumel. I think Cozumel is where they have some of the cliff diving and stuff. I think my parents, years ago when I was a kid, went to Cozumel. And I think, I remember they brought his shirts back on Cozumel. I think that's where the cliff diving is. Always wanted to see something like that. That's amazing. But they have to time it perfectly, because otherwise when the tide comes in and goes out, if you don't time it, that's it. But, well, that's awesome. You're going to have an amazing time. I hope you get a chance to see some of that cliff diving. That'd be amazing. Here we are. So, anyways, oh gosh, I'm gonna have a sip of somebody's favorite drink, and I want to say I brought it out for you, but at the time when I did get it, I haven't had a drink in a while, one of these in a while, and I was a little thirsty, and all I've been doing is drinking water, so I thought I'd bring something out for my friend. I think he knows who I'm talking about. Bob, this one's for you, buddy. But nobody drinks Pepsi better than Gil Skills, everybody. Oh gosh. Yes, a Pepsi, but I can't do it like you, Bob. Yes, the Pepsi generation, Bob. The Pepsi generation. No, I said to everybody, I said I was thirsty, and you know all I've been doing is drinking water lately, and I've been trying to cut down on my intake, but I just wanted something different today. That's all it is. But it sure is cold, Bob. Yes, Drew's Food Reviews, Pepsi. And you know what? You know, Mr. Gil Skills, Bob from Gil Skills, loves himself a Pepsi. And you know what Bob likes to do? He likes to cheers everybody. Yeah, Pepsi, it is good. It's nice, and I think like Bob said, it's only good when it's cold. Only good when it's cold. Oh, no worries, Connor. No worries. I don't mean to. Sometimes I'll talk to people, and as the chat goes, I'm just I don't mean to miss you ever. Came with Connor. I just came to say hi. Have to go. No worries, Connor. And you have a great one, and we'll have to take a look. I think it was like 7 o'clock or 7:30 or something, or 7 o'clock tonight. I think your dad was saying something about going live, but we'll have to take a look for you, Connor. Everybody check out Gaming with Connor, great channel, and have a good one, Connor, and thank you so much for coming, okay? You have a great one, okay? Take care. Gosh, Karen Summers, I'm drinking Russian Earl Grey tea. Oh, gosh, imagine that's delicious right now, Karen. I imagine it's probably nice and warm right now. Northern Ohio Railroad Action. Hello, everybody. Hi, how are you? It's nice to have you here. Welcome. You know, it's Great Thursday, right? Just think this time tomorrow, a lot of people will be coming to the end of their work day, and you know what? Starting the weekend. Starting the weekend. Drew's Food Reviews. No Pepsi, Coke, cheeseburger. Drew, you know what? Honestly, to be honest, you know what? I've always drank Coke myself too, and the last couple of years, my wife, now Pepsi's her choice, right? And we always would buy a 12-pack of Pepsi, 12-pack of Coke when we got a 2-4 of it. I like Coke, she liked Pepsi. And then, for a while, she'd pick it up, and we were getting the 2-4 of Pepsi. The Coke never seemed to come in the house anymore. And at first, I was like, just give me my Coke. I'd go down and get a Coke somewhere at like the variety store. I'd get me a couple or something, and that was it. And I was happy. But then after a while, she wore me down, and all that was in the house was Pepsi. And after time, the more and more you drink, I got used to it. Now I don't even actually drink Pepsi. We have the blue in the house, and when it's cold, like Bob says, it's the best. Me with Connor, yes, bye. Take care, Connor. You have a good one. Northern Ohio Railroad Action, doing well, thanks. Good. How's the weather? You like this? I'm not screaming out Pepsi or pizza right now, but I'm starting to ask about the weather, so you know what that means. Yeah, how's the weather for everybody? And here, you remember I said this about 20 minutes ago to everybody? I was saying, once I roll this out, you know that I'm down to usually the end of the chat. How's everybody's day doing? Anybody have anything new going on to the channel? Going on today or this week? Karen Summers, as long as it isn't Diet Coke or Zero, I like Pepsi and Coca-Cola. Yeah, I can't go for the diet stuff either. I've had there's caffeine free and the diet stuff, and I said to my wife, I said, I trying to stop all the sugar and stuff like that, because I don't have it that much, but I do have it. But I did drink Coke Zero for a bit, and Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi. But the diet stuff, I don't know. I don't know if this is better for you than the diet, because I guess the aspartame, I don't know. But there's such an aftertaste with all that diet stuff. I mean, like I said, I don't know how good any of this is for any of us. But the diet, I really just don't think that's good for you at all. Let's see. Northern Ohio Railroad Action. Weather's great here, nice and sunny. Good. Yeah, the sun's just beating in here, and it's the heat's on. I need to turn it down. I say it's boiling in here. I have to open the windows and the front door. But after I'm done this, I think I'm going to take the dog out for a bit, because it's so darn warm in the house and that right now. But it's actually beautiful. And I put this backdrop of the ocean and stuff. I'm trying to get things livened up, just because it's it's actually nice today. So I don't want to say a dreary day, but it's for the last month we haven't seen as much sun as you'd like, and it becomes kind of the blahs, and people like they make jokes and say, oh, the vitamin D, but I really do think that sun really does wonders for everybody. If it's freezing, if it's minus whatever, it can be sunny all at once, but the sun, I think a lot of people go to work, it's dark, whatever, when they go to work, or gray out, and then they return home same time. Midwinter, it's cold and damp all the time. It's gray. All people see are the dark or the gray weather, and then they come home and it's dark again. And then sometimes they see it on the weekend, the sun. But what? I think spring's on its way here. I hope. I don't want to jinx things, but I'm hoping spring is here. I really do. No, Dave, I did not. Literally, what did I do? I did some dishes. I did some laundry and that. I did 2 loads of laundry, and I did a few things in the basement that I had to clean up and stuff. And before I knew it, it's pretty much 5 to 2, and I go on at 2, so I didn't get a chance, but I'm going to for sure. Because once we got talking about Brand X and all those bands, I'm going to look it up, but I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't get to see Focus between the stream yet, Dave. Lovely Lisa Warrior Queen, no aspartame, people messes with your pancreas. Yes, and Lovely Lisa Warrior Queen, I can't really mess with that in the first place, because I'm not supposed to have this. If I tell you, then I'm going to get, my wife will be upset. Everyone gets upset when I talk about it. I do have one once in a while, I'm not going to lie. I can't drink the diet stuff. I shouldn't be drinking it at all, but I don't have diabetes where I have to take a needle, but I've got type 2 diabetes, so I control it. I just watch my diet, which I do watch my diet, exercise, and I'm good. I check my sugars and stuff every day, in the morning, at night. Everything's good. It never goes up. It usually stays pretty consistent. I have no worries that way. No worries. And once I usually have one of these a week or so, and when I do it influx, and the doctors already said, I do have the odd cough. I have coffee, and I have this once in a while. They said as long as you're not going to excess, it's fine. Just it'd be better if you could get off. But you're right. Anything for the pancreas like that is You're 100% right. So I shouldn't be probably putting it up in the air and promoting it when I talk about that, because it definitely isn't a good thing. Northern Ohio railroad action should make it to 50 degrees by the weekend, then back to winter Monday. Yuck. Oh, gosh. Yeah, you know, and I know we're probably not out of it yet, but it would be nice. I mean, we're coming, what is it, next week's the last week of February. Can you believe it? February went by in a blink of an eye, didn't it? Just went by in a blink of an eye. Crew for life. Excuse me for this, everybody. Give me a second. I need a drink here. I should just be drinking water. Yeah, I don't want to promote this, especially to tell young kids talking about what I just did. So, yeah, I really don't. Crew for life. Yes, it's been really dark. Need some sun. Oh, gosh, yes. It's nice to have you here, Crew for life. Welcome. Everybody, you know what? I forgot to say at the beginning. I should say it every time. Anybody that, you know what? If they're new or you don't know them, if you say hello, you check their channel out. If you like the channel and you're going to watch, leave them a message, because sometimes, you know what, not everybody remembers everybody that's in the chat, so sometimes they're like, what was that channel? I wish that I could remember, or, you know, I wanted to go back, but without going back to the video or the live or whatever, whoever's, to look back, not everybody has the time, that's for sure. So, if you leave a message on somebody's video, it's just like a timestamp, just to say you're there, and, you know, that way they have a chance to check your channel, and if they like what they see, it's a good way for them to check you out as well. I mean, you know, it's a great way to meet new people, and great way to meet, you know, a channel maybe you didn't even know existed, or you even knew that you had an interest in. I'll tell you, for me, there's a lot of channels. I don't want to just say this one, but I'm not saying specific channels, but you know what, I didn't know a lot about drones and like a lot about aquariums and other things. There's certain things, you know, you kind of have a real basic knowledge. I don't know anything about them anyway still, but I like watching, and, you know, I found there's a lot of different things on here that I had no idea, and a lot of times my wife's good for that. My wife has a channel. She doesn't have any content on it. She will, like, she's going to, but as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter if you have content or no content. If you're logged into YouTube and you're watching, that's all that matters. Nobody. Some people go, well, you don't have anything on. Well, yeah, but if they're watching your stuff, it doesn't matter if they have anything. You know what? They might put something up down the road, so you never know with people. Lovely Lisa Warrior Queen. I know it tastes gross, but liquid stevia and erythritol. How do you say that? And erythritol. Sorry, I know I'm mispronouncing the last part, but yeah, stevia. We use stevia like for sugar. Yeah, I think it's stevia, the one that comes in the green and white. My wife uses it to put stuff in, like in replace of sugar for me and stuff. But I know stevia. The other one, Lovely Lisa Warrior Queen. I'm not familiar with the other one, but stevia I am for sure. Let's see here. Judy Turner. Today's weather's 48. And tomorrow's weather's hot tinge. No, and sorry about that. I love that line. And anybody else like Good Morning Vietnam with Robin Williams? It's one of my favorite. Robin Williams is one of my favorite movies. I'm not going to swear on here, but just because, you know what, I know there's a younger fella, a teenager on here a few minutes going, nice young fella and that. But I'm not going to say I don't swear like a trucker off the tube, but on the tube, you know, with, you know, my sons around and stuff like that, and there, once in a while you do, and you know, you never know that you could have somebody. You might not have anybody in your chat that you see, but you could have. No, I don't think there's too many teenagers watching this channel, but you know, you could have a teenager, and I definitely don't want to be one shooting my mouth off to some young kid, not to the kid, but you know, they hear it anyways, but they don't need to hear it on here. That's so. But yeah, no, I was gonna tell a joke from Good Morning Vietnam. It's one of my favorite lines when what's his name, Robin Williams, doing the weather, and he says today's weather is hot tinge tea, and he's imitating Walter Cronkite. Still one of my favorite lines ever in a movie. Let's see here. I love Lisa Warrior Queen. It's a beautiful day here in Oregon. Bugger TV, so I'm getting ready to wash the cars. Oh gosh, you know what? That's what I should. You know what? That's a good idea. I think the car needs a cleaning. So if it stays like this, lovely Lisa Warrior Queen, I may do that tomorrow, because the wife's been saying, you know, when spring gets here in the next couple of weeks, to get the car cleaned out, because, you know, the kids in and out of the car, you know, they get their feet all soaked in whatever, you know, salt and slush, and then they pounce it into the car, and then it's in the car and stuff. It's just sitting there. It's like it's like a sandbox sometimes. So yeah, I think I might get out there and get it clean this weekend if I can. Pucker TV says, okay, it's a wonderful day here in California. Oh, good. Karen Summers says, or dressed up men. Did Joe saw that clip already? Ah, gosh, did she? Oh, are you talking, Karen, on your video yesterday? I don't know, Karen. I don't know. Karen, let's put it this way. Joe watches a lot of stuff, but she sits on her iPad or her phone at the computer. At the couch. I don't know what she watches, but she does watch a lot of stuff. I know she does. Let's see here. Love Lisa work. Queen says, that's great. Good weather in the Pacific Northwest. Good. Here in Summers, yes, Robin was great, wasn't he? Oh my gosh, that was such a that was a rough day. I you knew that he wasn't. I don't think the best, but I certainly was. It was a shock, that's for sure. And I mean, I don't know how many years ago that was. In one way, it seems like yesterday, but in another way, it kind of seems like an eternity. It seems like he hasn't been around in 14 years. PMDB Entertainment, Paul, how are you, buddy? It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. What is it? It must be coming up on about almost 8 o'clock for you and David at Desmond's Donders, Paul. It must be about that time almost. Paul, I want to ask you a question. I know, I talked to some people. I'm not trying to scare anybody. When I talk about this, people don't just jump away. I'm only talking about it for a second. But Paul, PMDB Entertainment, do you like Game of Thrones? You may or may not. I don't know. I think I was talking to a few people, and some people do. I didn't talk about it today, but I've been talking about it a little bit lately. AU Pack Meal, John from AU Pack Meal loves it, and I'm a big fan. And it's coming back in April, and so Joe and I, surprisingly, my wife watches it. I didn't think it'd be something she'd be interested, but she loves it. And we just started this week watching. I think tonight we'll probably be done season 1. We watched it kind of like 2 or 3 episodes every night, and we're just about done. So I've never watched it, okay, so I won't bring it up then. But yeah, and I'm surprised. I thought there'd be a lot of people that were into it, but there's a lot of people that are not into it. And my wife says, quit talking about it, Jeff, quit talking about it. So I will. She says, talk about it to whoever you want, but just don't bring it up on YouTube. I said I won't. But no, I just wondered, that's all. But it doesn't matter at all. I'm just curious. Some people do and some people don't. So no worries, no worries. Karen Summers, 2014, so almost 5 years ago. Was it really, Karen? Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. I can't believe that. I don't watch TV shows, Lafayette. Well, that's a good thing, Paul. That is a good thing. I can say I don't watch as much as I used to, but I still will sit down a couple times a week and have a few shows I'd like to watch. And I've got one of these little boxes, and I have some of my favorites stored on the box, and I watch it that way through an external hard drive. But yeah, my wife likes a few certain shows, but yeah, we don't watch as much either. I find I don't want to say we spend too much time on here, but we do end up going on here a lot more, especially in the evenings. We'll watch some lives and stuff. Mostly on the weekends we'll watch, because my wife on a Friday, Saturday night we'll start out trying to watch a movie, and then we'll get bored with something and turn something else on. Northern Ohio Railroad Auction YouTube is my only entertainment. I think it is for, I imagine, a lot of people that are on here, and I found that for us the same thing. A lot of things, like, we still like watching movies only. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to try to say, oh, I only watch YouTube. I do watch YouTube, but like for movies and that, I still like love to sit down and watch a good movie. It just, I don't get it. We don't find as many as we'd like to. I tend to find that I watch the movies that I enjoyed years ago, not as much of the modern day movies. There's a few here and there. I just recently watched one with Bruce Willis called, I think it was a remake on Death Wish. I think I might talk to Desmond Donders or a few other people about it. It's really good. And Bruce Willis, to me, I liked him, but he hasn't made a movie in years that was that interesting. But this one was quite entertaining. Karen Summers, YouTube, Netflix, and TV. Exactly, Karen. Our kids are glued to either YouTube or Netflix. They don't watch anything else. Like, if they can't find it on Netflix, they'll watch their videos on YouTube. But if they can't find their show, like my daughter, she's into this show called, the teenagers, or I think are into it, called Riverdale. It's young. To me, it's young. It's not nothing I'm interested in. But she's really into it, and she loves that, and like Grey's Anatomy and shows like that. But Posh Cats Camping, Trev says, just eating my cottage pie. Yeah, Jeff, yum. Sorry I didn't save you. Yeah, it's going to be a couple, how many hours till I eat? Probably a good 3 hours. It's It's 5 to 3 in the afternoon, so we probably won't eat supper till about 6 o'clock here. Posh Cat's camping, so I'm still good 3 hours away from dinner, but that's okay. Lunch I had last night. Joe made stir fry, chicken stir fry, some chicken and some rice and vegetables, peppers and onions and a few other things. And you know what? I said to her after she was, as I was eating, sorry, I said, Joe, this was delicious. I think it's the best one I've ever had that you've ever made. I said it had a little bit of spice. It was a little spicy, like black pepper or something. She goes, no. She waited till I was done to tell me, because usually that's what she likes to do. She'll, like, if we have some, I'm not a big, I remember the first time she ever made me lasagna. I don't eat cottage cheese and a few things, and she waited till I ate, and I told her how it was the best lasagna I ever ate, or this. Then she goes, guess what was in the lasagna? She proceeds the same thing with the stir fry last night. She says, guess what I put in the stir fry? I said, what? She goes, Montreal steak spice. Now, I don't care. I use Montreal steak spice on, it's a spice they use. I don't know if it's all over the place, but they use it on steak here. And Montreal steak spice, yeah. So anyway, she put some in. She says, I put too much. That's why it was a little hotter. I said, no, that's what you should use from now on. Northern Ohio Railroad Action. Got to watch all this great content. I've been staying up late to catch up on everybody. Might have an addiction laugh out loud for the day. Oh gosh, no. You know what? I agree with you 100%. I put some, because sometimes, you know what? A lot of times I find I try to keep up to date, and sometimes I find I try to put some into my save watch later list so I can go and watch them later. And sometimes I'm always like, oh yeah, I'm going to watch it later, but I forget to put it in there, and I leave everything in the notifications. So then, but you know, sometimes you get like whatever hundreds of things in your notification. You can't watch everything all day. There's no possibility. There's not enough time in the day. So I'll watch this one today, and then I might have to skip the next one or two because I maybe watched those ones yesterday. Just that way I try to that's what I try doing. Not saying that it happens every time, but sometimes, you know, I'll try to watch John Smith's here, and then maybe I can't watch John Smith's tomorrow because then I'll watch Susie Smith's tomorrow or something, and vice versa. So, that's what I said to my wife. I said I imagine nobody could watch everything all the time, but yeah, I try to do the same thing, and I find like tutorials and stuff. That's what I find I put in my saved watch list and that I watch later. Stuff that I want to, like if I want to do some with this program or do some, I'll put it in the save because I'm never going to remember. I try to remember the ones, and sometimes after a while they disappear out of your notifications. So if I don't get to them, they're gone. So I try to put them in there, but usually the ones, especially on like redoing something on the channel or on banner or whatever you're trying to do, I try to save those for sure. Northern Ohio, I've been doing the same. Yeah, I mean, you know what? There's just not enough time. Northern Ohio Railroad Action. I mean, I love it and it's fun, but there's, you know what? There's millions of different things out there. I mean, I'm not watching a million things. I'm not gonna lie and go, oh yeah, I watch everything. There's no possible way. But you try to, and I find especially like if it's long, there's not, like I said, enough time. So if I watch one, you know, if it's like, you know, 7-8 minutes, I'll watch it. And then like a longer one, like a 20-minute one or 25-minute one, I maybe can't watch. I can watch it today, but maybe the next one I can't because then I have to watch somebody else's. I don't have to, but I want to watch somebody else's. So I might just miss the next one and catch like the third one or something. But let's see here. Karen Summers says, since I found the community June last year, my YouTube addiction has started. Gosh, isn't it true, Karen? You know what? Joe and I... Joe said to me one time, you know, once in a while ago, a few months ago, our internet went off they shut our internet down by accident because we tried to upgrade our internet to the next speed up because it wasn't fast enough, the one we had. So they said, yeah, no problem, there won't be any change, and then, you know, the next day everything will be fine. Well, that wasn't the case. They actually had to send another modem out, and they messed things up. We were about a week, and then we ended up getting another provider. Everything's been fine with them since. But in that meantime, we didn't have internet really. So I was like, I don't want to be off the internet. So what I was doing every day in the afternoon at this time, I was running down to a coffee shop and doing like an hour live from a coffee shop. I call them quick lives or whatever from a coffee shop or something. I did that for like a week straight. And then sometimes if I pick my wife up from work, I'll do like a 5 or 10 minute quick live or something. My son and I'll be waiting for her in the car or something on a Friday night, and we'll go. I think the other day we did like a like a 5 or 10 minute live waiting for my wife in the car. And then on the weekend, we were driving home Saturday evening after we went to Toronto and went to see Medieval Times, like a dinner theater show and that. And it was not just a dinner theater; they do like live. It was like the Knights of Old and that. It was a great show. We've seen it before, but we went to last weekend. And we had a great time. And it was on the way home. You know, it'd been getting late. It was getting closer to 6 o'clock. The sun was starting to go down. So for 15 minutes before the sun went down, I said to my wife, she says, "You want to go live?" And I said, "Well, I was driving, so I really couldn't do anything other than drive." She turned it on. It was great. She got to talk to everybody, and we had a blast. But you're right, the diction's real, Karen. The diction is real. If everybody remembers John from M's dad, you know, I love the guy. John, he always made jokes. He says the addiction is real, and Joe made the joke with him. She says, "Jeff's finally there with you, John." I totally felt exactly what you know. At first, I thought, what is everybody talking about? But once you get doing it for a while, it does become it is become addiction in a way. Not really an addiction, but it becomes like you know. I love watching, and I mean, I can't do this 24 hours a day, but it's fun. It really is, really, really is. And I mean, I get to talk to all you great people and that. And you know, I mean, some days are good, some days are bad. Like some days I'll yap on and I can spiel the whole hour, and other days, you know, 5-10 minutes in, it's like you know, just like everyday life. You know, you don't always have don't always have good and bad. Can't always be 5 days a week where it's all running smooth. But you know, lately it's been going smooth. But just like everybody, I'll tell everybody, you know, you can get on here sometimes, and you can have good days and bad days, and we all have them. I mean, that's just life. But yeah, 99% of my days on here have been great. So I hope everybody's been having a good one. I've been having a blast doing this. I mean, my wife says, you know, that's not your life. I said, oh, no, I know that. I know it isn't. But, you know, it's fun. It fills in the part of my day that I'm here and that. So I do appreciate you for coming, and I appreciate, you know, being able to go and watching everybody's stuff and that. So PMDB Entertainment Paul says, it is addictive. I'm only doing 1 video a week now. Paul, when I first started, I was doing about 3 videos a week. Just videos. Like, that was at the very, very beginning. And that I can do this. I got this down pat. It's just, you know, and when my videos were like 4 or 5 minutes, they weren't very long, and there was no real editing. I took my phone and I went like this, and I talked into it for 5 minutes literally, or I'd go out and I'd walk around. That's what I was doing. But I thought, oh yeah, I can do this. And then about a month or month and a half into starting the channel, then it was, you know, I started watching lives, and then I started watching this fella from Denmark named Mim. I'm sure you know, Karen knows Mim, David knows Mim, Paul, you may know Mim as well. But you know, Mim, I watched him. I watched Michael Fire at first, Michael Fire Jr. I still do. I watch him every day. But then I started watching a fella. I'd watch him later on in the afternoon, like our time, and his name's Mim. And you know, he'd be it must have been like the end of the summer, beginning of fall and stuff like that. So he was still outside, and he would go live outside of Copenhagen, and you know, if he was shopping or if he was downtown doing something, whatever he was doing, he did his live, and I had the best time with him. I love seeing the guy. But I started watching him, and he jokingly said, "Jeff, you should try it." I said, "Oh yeah, no, Mim. There's never." He says, "No, just do it." And so one day I tried it, and the absolute only reason I went live was because of Mim. And the first time I was going to take the dog for a walk. And literally, I said, you know, heck with the dog. I'll take her out after. So I went on, and I was on for 27 or 28 minutes, whatever. And every minute, every second, I just watched the clock, and I had the timer. I click, 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 and I just watched it. And I was sweating. And all I could think was, can this be done quick? I was so nervous. It was like a school kid, like reading a speech. I couldn't wait for it to get it over. And the second day, I think I did a longer one. I think I did 40 or 50 minutes or something. Then after that, started an hour, and you know, after you get a few in, then it gets easier, just like anything. And I've been doing this since about the 3rd week of September, and I have a blast. But you know, I was still at that time putting out I think 2 videos a week for a couple of weeks, and that. Then I slowed down to 1 a week, and then the closer I got to December, and that, then it started every couple of weeks. And since then, I'd like to say it's every 2 weeks. Sometimes it's 3 weeks. So the videos for me, I I have stuff in the can. We've got things on the camera, on the computer here. They just haven't been edited. Like when we went to Medieval Times, we've got that, and I want to get it edited and probably either get it out this weekend or the beginning of next week. And we have that one, and then we've got another one. Haven't done it yet, but we're gonna film it on the weekend at least and try to get it out next week. Bob from Gill Skills, he did a challenge, peanut butter and mayonnaise challenge that I think Mickey had challenged him to do. And so then after he did it at the end, he said, I challenged Jeff and Jojo. So we're going to do that. We said we do. At first I said I can't do it. But then I thought, you know what, Bob's a great fella. I'm going to do it. So we're going to do that, but film it on the weekend. But I have to get the nerve. I'm afraid there's going to be a projectile or something. I just can't even picture peanut butter and mayonnaise together. Bob, I think he's being a good fella and saying, no, it's fine. But we're going to do it and film it. Joe's just going to probably take a couple bites. I'm going to eat the whole sandwich, but I'm going to have a glass of something to get that through. Anyways, there, I'm done. Karen says, but also editing large projects for our band and friends. Yes, it does keep you busy, Karen. It certainly does. Paul, PMDB Entertainment, I enjoy your streams. I sometimes lurk. Oh, Paul, it doesn't matter. I do the same. Sometimes I'll come in, but sometimes, you know what? If I sit, I can't always talk. So I'm doing stuff, and I'll sit and watch for, well, so, you know, if you see an extra person on your stream once in a while, Paul, don't think it's ever that, you know, it's just some goofball lurking or whatever. Could be me too. You never know. Because sometimes I'll be sitting there and, you know what, you're on live or somebody else is on. And I can't sit and type all the time because I'm busy with the kids or something. So I might be watching for 5 minutes or something. But I find it, you know what, if I can talk, I'll come in and talk to somebody's stream. But if I can, instead of just coming and saying, hey, I'm gone now, like 5 seconds after I say hello. That's you're right. I do the same. So I'm not gonna say that I don't. I just figure it's easier to do that than come in and start typing some and then just disappear off somebody's. Northern Ohio Railroad action. I saw that video and looking forward to seeing it loud. Oh gosh. Yeah, it can get uncomfortable sometimes. Northern Ohio Railroad action. Paul says, sometimes I don't want to chat and just want to listen. Exactly. And you know what? I think that's a good thing. And you know what? I think, as far as I'm concerned, I understand it 100%. And you know what? That's, you know, you sit and watch it on TV, you're not talking back to somebody. You can sit and listen to the news, or you can sit back. And you know what? You can sometimes chat into stuff, but you know, you're definitely not, nobody's telling anybody they have to. You know, if you want to watch, all the power to it, and I understand completely because I feel the exact same way. Oh gosh. And you know what, Joe does the same. Sometimes, like, there's some streams we'll watch for like 10-15 minutes or something, and we might be having dinner too. That's another reason, because you know, if you're having dinner, you can't really chat, so you might put it on and you'll be eating, or then you put it down and you go get some for dinner or whatever you're doing, but it might still be running, but you can't always talk. So Joe and I do that a lot, where we'll watch and we might have dinner, and then after we'll just chime into the chat, or we'll just keep it on, whatever. But very true. Yeah, Paul, exactly. That's nothing wrong with that as far as I can see. I mean, I hope there's not. But Desmond's daughter Dave says, I used to talk back to the TV, especially watching rugby. Oh, Dave, I do the same thing, especially if I'm watching a sport or something. If I get upset, I'll start screaming at it. And Joe's like, what's wrong with you? And I said, I can't stop. It's like if I'm sometimes I get crazy when I'm driving, and I'll be driving, I've got so upset that you know, I say this is idiot of the day. I feel like it completely. I get so mad. People running lights, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? You're gonna hit some kid or run into some car and like hurt somebody or worse. And you know, if you ever were out and saw me driving, you might see me with the window rolled out, with my head out the window, telling some guy off or something. He's driving through the. Or sometimes I'll have my window done up and I'm just swearing and cursing at the guy. My wife's like, you know, the only one that can hear you are me and the kids, and you know, that's not good for the kids. I'm like, yeah, I know. Karen Summer says, that isn't talking Desmond's daughters, that's arguing, shouting when it goes wrong. Oh gosh, I agree. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Nope, the dog is just came down from upstairs. Let's see, David Desmond's daughters left of that, Karen. But I played as a prop forward to the RAF, and it gets to me when referees get the call wrong. Yes. Oh, I imagine rugby, and oh, look who it is, the famous JoJo, not your average JoJo. Hey, sweetheart, it's good to see you. I'm still on. I won't be on a terribly, terribly long time, Joe. I've been on for about 70 minutes, maybe another 5 or 10, Joe, then I'll call it. But yeah, it's good to see you, sweetheart. I didn't know if you come in. I know you said you were gonna have lunch, and then you might be in at 2:30. It's about 10 after 3 now, but I didn't know if you were coming on, Joe. I figured I was telling everybody, Joe, what a good meal you had last night. You made stir fry. You made chicken and rice and peppers and stuff like that. It was absolutely delicious. I was saying the magic ingredient that you put in at the end, Joe, was Montreal steak spice or whatever it was that, or sauce or whatever it was. And I had no idea. I said how delicious it was, but how nice and peppery it was. And he said, "Oh yeah, I didn't want to tell you what it was, but yeah." Oh, we're having a good time here, Joe. We're just talking about, you know what, sometimes Paul and I were talking to that sometimes, you know what, sometimes you can be in somebody's stream and you're not talking on a stream. And I said, you know what, Joe and I get that completely. There's a lot of times we'll turn it on at dinner or something, and we might put our phone down. We can still hear it sometimes, but you can't always, especially, it doesn't matter if you're single, got kids or what. There's a lot of different things going on. Maybe the phone rings. Maybe, you have to get up for a minute. You're doing the dishes or whatever you're doing. So you can't always, like Paul says, and sometimes you just want to listen. You don't want to always go into the chat. So I said to Paul, I 100% agree. Jojo says, I decided to get my lazy butt moving and went for a walk outside. It's so nice to be able to walk outside today. Joe, that's what everybody's saying. I was out with Daisy Daisy's our dog, for a bit, and took her for a walk outside for... I think I was out for almost 10 minutes walking around and just out down the hill where we live. So she had a good time, Joe. Skypilot, hey, buddy. Excuse me, how are you, my friend? It's good to see you. I imagine it must be early morning for you, my friend. G'day, gang. It's nice to have you here, Skypilot. Very nice to have you here. Joe, so you missed it. Guess who was on earlier, much earlier? Michael Murphy. So I just want to tell you something. He's changed his channel up. He changed his name from Michael Murphy to E-Waste Mike. I just thought you'd like that. That's all. It actually looks quite nice. I told him that I'd tell you about that. That's all. G'day, gang. I love it, Skypilot. It's good to see you. Now, do you think if I say I love it, I love it, I love it, you know who shows up? I don't think so today. I think he's busy, everybody. Northern Ohio Railroad Action Idiot of the Day. Sorry for re-asking, but what are your stream times again? I made a stream schedule and would like to add you to my list to watch. Click the bell and smash the like button for you. Thanks very much. Monday to Friday, Northern Ohio Railroad Action. I don't know what time it is there for you. It's almost 3:15 in the afternoon. It's 3:13 Eastern Standard Time. I imagine it's probably the same if you're in Ohio, but I'm not 100%. Maybe you're an hour ahead or behind. But it's just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I go on at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I usually go on for like an hour. I want to say an hour, but you know what? The last little bit, I'm not going to lie and say just an hour. Usually I go on from about 2 o'clock, sometimes 3, if you have a good, not the greatest stream, if it's very quiet, just an hour, so it's from 2 to 3. But a lot of times it's from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to about 20 after 3 or 3:25. And the reason for that goofy schedule is my son is done school at 3:35, and we're just a few minutes away from the school. But he's just 11. I pick him up from school still, so I finish at 3:25, so I get down to pick him up. But usually, from 2 p.m. to about 3:25 Eastern Standard Time, if that makes sense. Good, mate. Thanks. Oh, good, Skypilot. It's good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. How's the weather there, anyways? I've been asking everybody. Everybody's saying how beautiful it is. We're finally getting some good weather here, Skypilot. The sun's out. It's a beautiful day. It's almost too nice to be in here, to be truthful. It's absolutely beautiful. So I imagine it must be nice there too. I imagine. Hey, Bob. Hope all's good. Yes, Bob's here, Joe. It's good to see him. Real nice to see him. I was saying, you know what, Joe? Like I said, I don't really have a lot of drinks, but I thought we'd show this for Bob today, Pepsi, and that. Yep, early Friday, still Derek having a brew before work. Yes, that's right. You're in the future. I always forget that. When Big K comes in, they're always joking with him, asking him what the lottery ticket numbers are. We have a few lottery ticket numbers from a few people that told us, just play these numbers. These are the winners. But no, it's good to see you. I hope it's not too early. Oh gosh, the preacher and Gov Blue Whale. Hello, my good friend. Hi, how are you? It's good good. Same time here. Yeah, I thought so. Northern Ohio Railroad. I mean, we were close to Ohio. I used to live an hour outside of Detroit. So, when we went down south, we'd go through Detroit and into Michigan. And then within about, I think, an hour and a half, you'd be out of Michigan into Ohio. So, and then go to Ohio, and then to Kentucky, then to Tennessee. And then some other times, where we used to live in Toronto, we used to go up through New York into Pennsylvania. And go up through, I think we were up through, I can't remember exactly that part. That was years ago only. But, let's see here. Let's see. Sorry, people are talking, so I figured, just let people talk on that. I won't sit and read everybody's conversation. Skypelt says, great, good stuff. Load some channel mates. Seems to be cold and wet and snowed under. Mates seem to be cold. Loads of my channel mates seem to be cold, wet, and snowed under. Yes, no, honestly, Skypilot, it's been cold and damp, and we do have snow here. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say it's gone. But we've had freezing rain. We still have snow, but a lot of it's starting to melt today. We're in the pluses now. A week ago we were minus 21, minus 22, so we were definitely in deep freeze here. And but you know what? It's +1, +2, and going up. So the snow is finally, and the ice is finally starting to melt. And let's put it this way: we're just happy to see the sun, and to realize, in the next couple weeks, spring's hopefully here, because we've been just itching at it. It's, to be honest, we didn't really have much of a winter here in Canada until a month ago. We didn't even have snow till a month ago, but in the last month, you had close to -40 here, and really cold weather, like especially in North America. In certain spots in Dakotas and Minnesota, they had -60. Minnesota, the coldest I'd ever heard of, they ended up, was it a week or two ago, they had -70. If you can ever imagine that, -70. I think the coldest on record was like -75 or -77 in not Mongolia, where was it? Was it Siberia or someplace like that? It was the craziest. I think Keg was saying it was like -75 or -77 might have been the coldest on record. But yeah, -70 in Minnesota, if you can ever imagine that. Gil Skills, that's awesome. That is awesome. You know what? I don't know who you're talking to, Bob, but I might send you a message after. I'll have to ask some people I know, and we'll get back to you, Gil Skills. Joe, that's funny. That's funny. I don't know if he's talking today or another time, Joe. I don't even know if he's talking to us, Joe. But if he is, I'm up for things, Joe. But we'll talk to him. We'll maybe send him a message later and stuff. Karen Summer says, here it feels like spring for the last few days. Nice weather. Oh gosh, you know what, Karen? That's perfect. I'm sure you're craving it too. I know I am. I'm sure, you know what? I don't mind the winter, but it's nice to see the sun. That sun really rejuvenates and you get you going. And that I feel that I'm more active. I want to get going when the sun's out. The other time you feel kind of lazy and you just I feel that I don't want to do anything when it's cold and damp and gray out. I want to just kind of put my feet up, and that's not always a good thing. Northern Ohio Railroad Action of the Day. Thank you. I've added you to my list. Thanks a lot, my friend. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Oh, no worries, Sky Pilot. Got a Bolt Gang. Have a great Arvo. Yes, and you know what? I now know what Arvo means. I didn't know till Mia told me. Aussie 1968 afternoon. I now know it. Arvo, Jeff, smash on the way out. See you on the flip side. Take care, Sky Pilot. Thanks again. Have a good one, okay? Skills. Yeah, I knew you knew what I was talking about. Not your average JoJo. Gotcha. Yes. Okay. Yes. 7 p.m. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Sorry, Bob. Yeah. No. Joe will do it. I'll watch her. Sorry. Yes, I know, Joe. I'm sorry. Just joking. Bob. Oh gosh, buddy, I love it. Yeah. Have a good one, Sky Pilot. Have a good one, mate. Thanks so much for coming. Karen says, I hope it stays that as we are heading to the Bog Carnival Parade's first weekend March. Big sorry. Oh, gosh, no worries, Karen, no worries. But, yeah, I think tonight's going to be a good one. Joe, we'll have to see if we can get dinner quick tonight. Do you have idea for supper tonight, Joe? Maybe, Are we gonna make something, or are we gonna have something on the go tonight? We'll have to see, Joe. Have to see. Oh my gosh, it's a warm one today. You know what? I want to say that. For a while, hey, Desmond's, Donders, Bob, anybody that witnessed for the last couple months or whatever, all the audio issues I was having. Knock on wood, okay? Joseph says don't talk about it, But you remember, Dave? We're having all the audio where every time we go live, the audio would go out. All of a sudden, there was no audio in the stream. That hasn't happened again. That happened once, but I think I was having an issue with the internet. I thought you were already... Oh, yeah, I already made dinner. Yes, Joe. I made like a roast beef or something like that. You know me. But yes, we haven't had the... Yes, I remember. Yeah, I thought so. But you remember every day it seemed like either the beginning, middle, or ending. It was random, too. It wasn't like it happened every 2 seconds, but it happened at least once or twice. What? Oh, Jesus, Dave, your funny audio is gone. Oh, jeez. But anyways, I had it that one day, but I think I was having an issue or something, and ever since, and I've been about a week and a half now, where we've been, you guys are funny, you guys are hilarious, because I was like, you gotta be kidding, literally, I just said it, and, the only thing we did since that, I don't want to say fixed it, the only thing we did, you remember... I was talking to Dave, you said about the ports, and then you read things off. I literally had been plugged into the 3.0 USB port. There was 2 of them in the back. I kept switching between them. I don't know if that's what dropped me out. I've switched up to the top USB port. Since I switched up to that top USB port, I'm not dropped out. Now, I maybe just jinxed myself, but I haven't dropped, and don't do it again, Desmond. Don't say my audio is gone again. But, yeah, no, literally, since then, everything seems to be good. Jeez, guys. Flashcats Camping told you it was time to tease Jeff. Gosh, Trev, I know it, fellas. Oh, gosh, yes. It doesn't take me much, right? I'm like a gullible school kid or something. But, it's all good fun. I know. Oh, gosh. Wow, this has been fun today. I really had a good time. I hope everybody else has, too. It's, it's the afternoon. Sometimes the afternoon can be boring, so it's good to kind of have some fun in that. Pardon? Oh gosh. Hopefully, it just didn't say something. Gosh, it's been an afternoon today. Let's see here. So, well. I don't want to bore you. It's been fun, everybody. I keep saying it, but, I said this about half an hour ago as well. I had a real good time with everybody. I don't know how sometimes the afternoons go and that, but they sometimes go quick. Northern Ohio Railroad Action, great show this afternoon. Really enjoyed it. I did too, I really did have a great time. Our son's here again. He was off sick yesterday, and I know he was sick yesterday. Today, he woke up, and I knew he wasn't feeling the best when he woke up this morning. You can come through, Ethan. It's fine. Everybody knows you're here. Anyways, Ethan's, he'll be at school tomorrow, but we figured one more day it'd be fine. He got some rest this morning and this afternoon, so everything's good. Ethan, Desmond's Donders. David from Desmond's Donders saying hi to you.
Hi.
Yeah, what are you eating now? No more ice cream, okay? No more. Our son, he's a little jokester. When I'm not paying attention and when my wife's not paying attention, he comes down, goes to the freezer, and he's got these little frozen ice creams. That's what he's doing. He figured, Dad was on the stream. I'm not paying attention. Here's what he does. Joe bought these different ice creams, like these little tiny ones. Chips Ahoy, like cooking one, Smarties, and... He's like an ice cream bandit, and he'll literally sit down. One time she bought a big bucket of ice cream. I catch him on the couch before he goes to bed. He's got his hands, and he only eats chocolate. He's sitting there, and he's mowing down on the chocolate ice cream, and literally, he'd ate half the thing of ice cream. And I said to Joe, he has to stop eating this. And he eats it every day, and I'm like. She's like, you got to get him to stop. I said, it's not just my job to get him to stop. But, we have to get him to stop eating ice cream. Otherwise, I said, he's going to become as big a house. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I said, he's just a young kid. His metabolism good, but he's slowed down on the ice cream. Glad I tuned in. Yes, Northern Ohio Railroad Action. I'm glad you did too. Thank you very much. Posh Cat's camping. Hey everybody, let's remind Dave that his handbrake cable arrived today. Yes, everybody. So everybody knows Desmond Donders. David from Desmond Donders. For the last month, I didn't know it was that long. I thought it was about 3 weeks, but I think Dave was telling me yesterday or today. I think it was yesterday. He was saying, or maybe it was today. I can't remember. He had said that it's a month that he's been not able to take Desmond the RV out and go out on the weekends with his wife Lindsay. But Gil Skill saying hi to Ethan. Thanks, Bob. I'll tell him you said hi. Literally, he came down and got his ice cream, or wanted to get his ice cream, and then he left when he got caught. But yeah, Dave's probably going to be able to get out soon. Desmond Donders, and everybody that doesn't know Desmond Donders, if you all know Desmond Donders, but Desmond Donders, Desmond is actually the RV that he goes out with, and David is his name. So if you see Desmond Donders, it's David, and Desmond's the actual RV camper that him and his wife take out to go out traveling and that. But anyways, it was out of commission for the last month, so he got the part for it. I think it was yesterday or today or something, and so he's going to be able to get out soon, because I think he's itching to get out. And that Posh Cat's camping says hi to Ethan. I'll tell him you said hi. Sorry. And Northern Ohio Railroad Action says hi, Ethan. I'll tell him for sure. I'm sorry. He took off like a bat out of, what Karen says. He's a clever boy. Yes, Karen, very. I think we all at that age realized, when mom and dad are not watching, do it exactly. And he's no different than I was when I was a kid. Now your average Joe, Gil Skills. I'll get Jeff to message you in a little bit about tonight. Yeah, Joe just messaged me, or I'll call you in a minute, and then I'll just send Bob a message on Facebook and that for sure. Sounds good to me. Padlock on the freezer. Oh my gosh. Whoops. Yes, Dave. I'll definitely have to put a padlock on the freezer. The only problem is then when I want something, I'll probably lose the key. Oh, sounds good. Now you're we're gonna have fun tonight. Oh, Bob, we're gonna have a blast tonight. It's gonna be fun. Country Cycle Camp back for a few. Gil, Skills, and JoJo are here. Yes, back for a few. Skills and JoJo are here. Yes, Country Cycle Camp. See what happens. We get all the great people. We have a bunch of great people in here. Now we got you, Country Cycle Camp. It's good afternoon, everybody. It is. Judy Turner. It's good to see you. I was telling Judy Turner, I forget, what was I telling you, Judy, at the beginning? I was saying something when you first came in, and I can't remember. Joe was telling me, we have a good friend. Now, every time, because it comes up Judy Turner, but I guess my wife, when she sees it, I had a friend, I was still a good friend, we lived with him when going to university and stuff years ago. When they were in university, my brother was in university, and his two buddies were in university. All four of us lived together in a house, and this is 20-some years ago. And his name, John Turner. So every time Judy, she sees your name, she goes, "What's John doing in here?" And if you knew John, he was like a nice guy, but he's like he's got a joke for everything. There's literally Bob on. Bob Gil Skills. If you ever get a chance, if it ever comes up on Facebook, you'll get a laugh when this John posts it. Usually on my birthday, this fella John, he's got a picture that's been circulating for 20-some years now, for about 25 years or so, 24 years. And this picture, I was just a young guy in my early 20s, and it was a Saturday night. We all had a party in the house, and I'd probably had a little too much to drink. It was 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I decided to come out with no shirt on. But you didn't know I didn't have a shirt on, because I've got hair on my chest. It's horrifying. I don't usually take my shirt off. Anyways, I'm drunk as a skunk, and I'm coming out. And anyways, once in a while, he'll put this goofy, for my birthday on Facebook. It goes, "Happy birthday, you sexy," whatever. And it's me walking out in my early 20s with no shirt on. It's horrifying. But I usually give him an hour with it up, and then I delete it off Facebook every time. But if it ever goes up, Bob, I'll send you a message so you can get a good laugh. But Desmond Donders, if not this weekend, I'll be going on a longer Donder from Thursday. Hey, if we don't see you for a couple of weeks, David, I understand completely. I imagine you've got it all planned. Karen Summers, or just not buying chocolate ice cream. Well, that's the problem. If we didn't just buy chocolate, Karen, he'd probably like something else. But you're right, just not buying chocolate ice cream. Desmond Donners, dads like ice cream too. Karen Summers. Oh my gosh, I do. Desmond Donners, do I ever? And unfortunately, I've got 2 flavors that I eat. Joe knows I don't eat anything else, so for her, she could buy anything. She knows if she doesn't buy those 2, I'm not touching it. If it's not chocolate, or what's the other one, Joe? Heavenly Hash. For some reason, I like that, and I guess it's got some chocolate in it. But I'm just a chocolate person. If we go get ice cream somewhere, it has to be chocolate. If it's not chocolate, I could care less. Scrapping Irish. Hi guys, hope you're all good. Good to see you, Scrapping Irish. Thanks very much for dropping in. I really appreciate it. We've been on for an hour and a half. Maybe I should drop off. I'm starting to lose my voice. We've been on for what, 2.5 hours today. An hour earlier on, right, Dave? About an hour this morning from 11 to 12, and then from 2 to 3:30. I need to zip it. I'm just kidding. Gil Skills, I'll be promoting your cap again tonight, Scrapping Irish. Oh, cool. So I'm probably going to, it's 3:30. I said it about 15 minutes ago. I'll probably get off now, but Joe, send me a message, and then I can send Bob a message quick to let him know. I can't see any reason why we wouldn't, but I will for sure, Joe. Bob, I'll send you a message once I get something from Joe. I'll just send you a quick on Facebook, or if that's good. Scrapping Irish, no problem any of the day. Oh gosh, and don't think it's just because you dropped in. It's nothing like that. For about 15 minutes, Scrapping Irish, I've been trying to say to everybody, I'm gonna go, but sometimes you get this goofball, and it's sometimes hard to get me off the air. And that, on that note, Northern Ohio said it, so I probably should get going. Northern Ohio Railroad Action. Take care, everybody. Thanks again. Yes, thanks again, buddy. I appreciate you come. Scrapping Irish, cheers. Thanks so much. And Gil Skills, try and pop in my head and say hi. Yes, Scrapping Irish. Gil Skills live tonight, right? Bob, 7 p.m. So everybody, you know what? If you get a chance, come over see Bob at Gil Skills tonight. I'm not trying to push it, Bob. I'm honestly not. If you don't want me to, just let me know. But Gil Skills this evening, 7 p.m. You know what? Everybody, you're going to have a good time. It's always fun over at Gil Skills, everybody. It's great to have everybody here. Country Cycle Cam later. Bye, guys. See you next time. See you, Karen. Thanks again for coming. Oh, shoot. Wrong message. Left a lead. What? Tell Bob we're busy. Oh, Joe, you're funny. You're funny. You're funny. Joe, you're funny. No, I'll message him in 2 seconds, Joe. Later, Country Cycle Cam. Desmond's Donner. Not a problem, Jeff. Lindsay will be home soon, so no need to get things ready. Thanks for the streams. Yeah, thanks a lot to everybody. You're welcome. Cheers. Thanks a lot, Northern. I was going to say Northern Ontario, Northern Ohio Railroad Action. You have a good one. Yeah, Scrapping Irish. Not your average JoJo. It's my wife, Jo. She comes on from work sometimes. Yes, everybody. Gil Skills this evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there or Coca-Cola. Yeah. Hey, Bob, no Coca-Cola. It's just the Pepsi stream, right? Your average JoJo. Yikes. Who wants to be Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. Pepsi-Cola. Is it still Pepsi-Cola or Pepsi-Cola? Or no, it's just Pepsi, right? Yeah. I don't know. Okay. We'll see everybody later, and have a good afternoon, good night, and yeah, Bob. Oh gosh, buddy. I'll talk to you in a few minutes. Everybody have a good one, okay? Thanks again so much for everybody for coming, okay? It was a good afternoon. Have a good one. Thanks again. Bye-bye.